Okay, so here's the dilemma. I was texting back and forth with a former client that has become a good friend. Yes, that happens. And we segued from just, a personal update and talking about work, and they were just venting a little bit. And I said, well, maybe this time you could be used to address this service issue that we identified. I'm not going to give any more details than that. And instantly my phone rang and they called me and they said, what service issue? And I had a moment of like minor panic because there was there were pages in a report that we provided about a service issue. And so I got back to my desk and, identified where it was in the report and sent it back over to the person and we talked it through. And essentially it was there and it was shared with the client, but they missed it and didn't really understand the implications or the details of what had been uncovered in the change management assessment, because this is a very robust assessment of like a whole company transformation. And so my question, my dilemma, because being completely sincere, this really makes my heart hurt. And it's not the first time something similar has happened. It feels a little bit like we failed, or I failed, to get the information across to the client. And the problem, part of the problem is there's this industry expectation that we put everything in this tidy PowerPoint presentation. And even though we walk a client through the change assessment or OCM assessment, whatever you want to call it, you hire your consultants because they bring the outside in, they bring in best practices. Hopefully they know things that people in the organization won't. And also there's a huge amount of digging that comes in and connecting the dots during the assessment phase. I mean, that's all the good stuff that's supposed to come out of it. But to hand that over, you're trying to teach at the same time. And again, you have that issue of this like tidy PowerPoint presentation, and it just feels very imperfect and it doesn't feel like enough. And it's very, very difficult as a consultant to feel like you put all that work in and really uncovered some juicy insights for the client to address, and sometimes some risks that need to be addressed, and to feel as though they didn't really understand that in a way that would allow them to address it. It's troubling. It really is. So I'm very curious if either as a client or as a fellow consultant, you have found a way to do an assessment report out in a way that's been very productive and really helped the thoroughness, I guess I can't think of a better word, of the message and the insights come across. So please share your best practices. Thank you.